Hi, this week's book bite comes from Out of My Mind by Sharon Draper. And this is the story of Melody, who is an 11-year-old girl who is super smart, but no one realizes that because she has cerebral palsy and she's unable to communicate. She's in a wheelchair, she can't walk, um, and so she feels kind of trapped in her own mind sometimes. And this is her story, and she does find a way to communicate, which kind of opens up her world and changes a lot of things for her. Chapter one, words. I'm surrounded by thousands of words, maybe millions. Cathedral, mayonnaise, pomegranate, Mississippi, Neapolitan, hippopotamus, silky, terrifying, iridescent, tickle, sneeze, wish, worry. Words have always swirled around me like snowflakes, each one delicate and different, each one melting untouched in my hands. Deep within me, words pile up in huge drifts, mountains of phrases and sentences and connected ideas, clever expressions, jokes, love songs. From the time I was really little, maybe just a few months old, words were like sweet liquid gifts, and I drank them like lemonade. I could almost taste them. They made my jumbled thoughts and feelings have substance. My parents have always blanketed me with conversation. They chattered and babbled. They verbalized and vocalized. My father sang to me. My mother whispered her strength into my ear. Every word my parents spoke to me or about me, I absorbed and kept and remembered. All of them. I have no idea how I untangled the complicated process of words and thoughts, but it happened quickly and naturally. By the time I was 2, all my memories had words, and all my words had meanings, but only in my head. I have never spoken one single word. I'm almost 11 years old. I can't talk. I can't walk. I can't feed myself or take myself to the bathroom. Big bummer. My arms and hands are pretty stiff, but I can mash the buttons on the TV remote and move my wheelchair with the help of knobs that I can grab on the wheels. I can't hold a spoon or a pencil without dropping it, and my balance is like zip. Humpty Dumpty had more control than I do. When people look at me, I guess they see a girl with short, dark, curly hair strapped into a pink wheelchair. By the way, there's nothing cute about a pink wheelchair. Pink doesn't change a thing. They'd see a girl with dark brown eyes that are full of curiosity, but one of them is slightly out of whack. My head wobbles a little. Sometimes she drools. She's really tiny for a girl who's age 10 and 3/4. Her legs are very thin, probably because they've never been used. Her body tends to move on its own agenda, with feet sometimes kicking out unexpectedly and arms occasionally flailing, connecting with whatever is close by. Not a whole lot of control there. After folks get finished making a list of my problems, they might take time to notice that I have a fairly nice smile and deep dimples. I think my dimples are cool. I wear tiny gold earrings. Sometimes people never even ask my name, like it's not important or something. It is. My name is Melody. I can remember way back to when I was really, really young. Of course, it's hard to separate real memories from the videos of me that Dad took on his camcorder. I've watched those things a million times. Mom bringing me home from the hospital, her face showing smiles, but her eyes squinting with worry. Melody tucked into a tiny baby bathtub. My arms and legs looked so skinny. I didn't splash or kick. Melody propped with blankets on the living room sofa, a look of contentment on my face. I never cried much when I was a baby. Mom swears it's true. Mom massaging me with a lotion after a bath. I can still smell the lavender. And then wrapping me in a fluffy towel with a little hood built into one corner. Dad took videos of me getting fed, getting changed, and even me sleeping. As I got older, I guess he was waiting for me to turn over and sit up and walk. I never did. But I did absorb things. I did absorb everything. I began to recognize noises and smells and tastes. The whump and whoosh of the furnace coming alive each morning. The tangy odor of heated dust as the house warmed up. The feel of a sneeze in the back of my throat. And music. Songs floated through me and stayed. Lullabies mixed with soft smells of bedtime slept with me. Harmonies made me smile. It's like I've always had a painted musical soundtrack playing backgrounds in my life. I can almost hear colors and smell images when music is played. Mom loves classical. Big, booming Beethoven symphonies blast from her CD player all day long. Those pieces always seem to be bright blue as I listen, and they smell like fresh paint. Dad's partial to jazz, and every chance he gets, he winks at me, takes out Mom's Mozart disc, then pops in a CD of Miles Davis or Woody Herman. Jazz to me sounds brown and tan, and it smells like wet dirt. Jazz music drives Mom crazy, which is probably why Dad puts it on. Jazz makes me itch, she says, with a frown as Dad's music explodes into the kitchen. Dad goes to her, gently scratches her arms and back, and then engulfs her in a hug. She stops frowning, but she changes it back to classical again as soon as Dad leaves the room. For some reason, I've always loved country music, loud guitar strumming, broken heart music. Country is lemons, not sour, but sugar sweet and tangy. Lemon cake icing, cool, fresh lemonade. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Love it. When I was really little, I remember sitting in our kitchen being fed breakfast by Mom, and a song came on the radio that made me screech with joy. How did I already know the words and the rhythm of that song? I have no idea. It must have seeped into my memory somehow, maybe from a radio or TV program. Anyway, I almost fell out of my chair. I scrunched up my face and jerked and twitched as I tried to point to the radio. I wanted to hear the song again, but Mom just looked at me like I was nuts. How could she understand that I loved the song Elvira by the Oak Ridge Boys when I barely understood it myself? I had no way to explain how I could smell freshly sliced lemons and see citrus toned musical notes in my mind as it played. If I had a paintbrush, wow, what a painting that would be. But Mom just shook her head and kept on spooning applesauce into my mouth. There's so much my mother doesn't know. I suppose it's a good thing to be unable to forget anything, being able to keep every instant of my life crammed inside my head. But it's also very frustrating. I can't share any of it, and none of it ever goes away. I remember stupid stuff, like the feel of a lump of oatmeal stuck on the roof of my mouth, or the taste of toothpaste not rinsed off my teeth. The smell of early morning coffee is a permanent memory mixed up with the smell of bacon and the background yakking of the morning news people. Mostly, though, I remember words. Very early, I figured out there were millions of words in the world. Everyone around me was able to bring them out with no effort. The salespeople on television, buy one and get two free for a limited time only. The mailman who came to the door, morning, Mrs. Brooks, how's the baby? The choir at church, hallelujah, hallelujah, amen. The checkout clerk at the grocery store, thanks for shopping with us today. Everybody uses words to express themselves, except me. And I bet most people don't realize the real power of words, but I do. Thoughts need words. Words need a voice. I love the smell of my mother's hair after she washes it. I love the feel of the scratchy stubble on my father's face before he shaves, but I've never been able to tell them. So she does receive a device that helps her to communicate. And so then things start to change for her. And this book, again, is Out of My Mind by Sharon Draper. And as always, you can fill out the book dash form and request this book if you would like to check it out and find out more about Melody.